nomadic, periodic, and trying to spread out around the country. Like even last week, it was the first time that we were able to work with the St. George's Foundation. So thank you so much.
Yeah, they've got a great space down there.
Oh, what? We did Mishka. Mishka, international Bermuda reggae artist, long-standing friend of Chewstick and, brother of Heather Nova. We did a show of him.
Which some folks don't even realize that. A lot of folks don't realize that he and Heather Nova are brother and sister.
Yeah. I mean, the creative expression is definitely, different lanes. But when you see them together, it all makes sense because they're both incredible vocalists, incredible songwriters. I actually had the opportunity to open up for him that time because a lot of people didn't even know that a lot of this Chewsticky thing was happening because I was trying to find a space to perform myself, but there weren't no real spaces for that there,
Yeah.
So that was my first time being able to get back to the stage, but I got sick. I couldn't even speak that night.
Oh my goodness.
But it was a great show. Sold out. Down St. George's, a night full of rain, but it was a night full of awesome expression and contribution. And big up to Ayana and Joy T. Barnum for taking my place when they couldn't do it at the last minute. But anyway, tomorrow's gonna be a great night, and we'd love it if people could come out and support and check the show. It's not even like one of those things where it's like come and support. It's like come for a great experience.
Yeah.
It's called True Stories of Hope. Because we don't want to necessarily dwell on the sort of 2016 mugness. We're trying to really focus on how do we build a better, stronger community. And that can only really happen if we get to know each other. And storytelling is the great bridge between everything. I mean, the Bible is a story, Bob Marley is a storyteller, And actually, speaking of that, one of the highlights of the show is going to be talking about, or we'll be doing a tribute to Lance Hayward.
Okay.
For those that don't know, he is one of Bermuda's iconic, legendary musicians. He was a jazz pianist from back in the day, who was also known as being the very first person signed to and recorded by a young Chris Blackwell, and was the origin of Island Records. And so, without Island Records, there wouldn't have been, Bob Marley, wouldn't have been a U2, there would have been a whole bunch of incredible legendary artists. And this is a man that many people don't know about, that, Stuart Hayward's daddy,
Yeah.
is a homegrown hero.
He was a fantastic musician.
Yeah.
Phenomenally talented.
Well, tomorrow we got Johnny Woolridge, who's going to be performing a Lance Hayward original from that record. That was the first Island Records record for the first time since Lance was alive. And he would have been 100 last year had he been with us. So it's a really iconic night, and Stuart and Sylvia Hayward will be there, and we're going to talk about a bit more about his history. So we want people to come out and support and check it out.
Yep.
I actually just went down to Jamaica too, because there was a commemoration for Lance in Jamaica, where I got to actually talk with Chris Blackwell, and it was like this whole thing where he was really deeply grateful for the opportunity, because without that opportunity, he wouldn't have been able to get the investment capital to move on to the next project.
Yeah.
And so he was like 18, 19 when they met, when he was just a water ski instructor. And he was talking about these things like it was just yesterday for him. And he's a little guy, he's like in his 80s now. And he's talking about it like it was this life-changing moment for him, which it was.
Yeah.
Which meant it was also a life-changing moment for so many other people. And this is, for me, the opportunity that the arts create, the opportunity that, relationship create, and knowing these stories and the truth. So.
All right, Gavin Smith in the house with us from Chewstick, just talking about what a great year, you can claim it, it's going to be for Chewstick. Tomorrow night, the show starts, what time?
We're having an opening reception, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And our very own, Magic 102's very own Preston Ephraim of Mr. Organic. Are you serious, Gavin?
You dress you up, but can't
you know
take
what I'm saying? Mercy, your boy just dropped the water bottle.
That's okay, we'll get
luckily
some.
It was just all over me, and luckily I was already wet from the rain. Mercy, amateur mistake.
No, that's quite all right. That's quite all right. But we will, we will
My
get some.
My apologies, Bermuda.
Yeah, we'll get some. That's what that splash was that you just heard. Yeah, and it's just water with anything else. So.
Mercy, you missed all the dangerous stuff.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Tomorrow, City Hall, we got tickets available at ptix.bm. The opening reception will have complimentary hors d'oeuvres made by Preston Ephraim's Mr. Organic. So we're really excited about that. Some really healthy, delicious stuff. with the Miles Manders Jazz Band opening up that early warm reception. We have drinks for sale and some merchandise, and all about coming together in celebration of the legacy history of Chewstick. Showtimes at 8 p.m. We're trying to make it 8 p.m. sharp. You know what I'm saying? And we have a night of both storytellers and incredible singers, performers. Got Cassie Caines, who's doing.
Oh gosh!
Hello, and Cassie. When she came back home.
If you haven't heard her live, I'm telling you, family.
Yeah, Lady T.
Yeah, Lady T
from back in the original Sherri.
Yeah,
yeah, from back in the day.
I tried to live up to her. That's
she was incredible. Yeah. But Cassie's been incredible in her own right.
Yeah, she is.
Dame Lewis Braun's granddaughter.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And she was performing, I guess, the last year and a half with.
I hear she does a phenomenal cover of Billie Jean, of Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. It is just, I haven't heard it. I've heard her live, but I haven't heard that. Yeah. And I'm so looking forward, because everyone who has heard her do that cover says she takes the song to a totally different level. It's fantastic.
She's one of the best voices I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And she's got one of the best approaches to life I've ever been around. She's always happy, always willing to assist and help and learn and grow. When she first came around, when she moved back about 2 years ago, it was great to have her getting involved with the organization and to kind of help her to find different opportunities locally. But just hit the ground running. She's getting ready to actually leave to go off to England to pursue her career and to pursue the dream.
Yeah.
And I think she's got everything that she needs. What's interesting is that somewhere like a year or so ago, she was talking about how she wanted to learn an instrument, learn guitar. It's like, well, here, girl, take this one. And she did the work. And that happened a lot with what we were doing with Chewstick. And even around her one time, Preston's little son, Preston Jr., was saying he wanted to learn violin. I was like, I ain't never seen a kid at, I think it's about 6 or 7 or something like that, talk about a dream of learning an instrument like that. I was like, you need a violin, bro? Cool. We'll sort that out real fast.
Exactly.
Got him a violin. He's working on it. With Cass now, full circle, she'll be performing an original song that she wrote on her acoustic guitar for the first time in history. So
cool.
That's happening tomorrow night, and I can't wait to hear the song and see the presentation. She's also going to be telling a little bit about her story, both past and where she's hoping to go into the future. A big part of the whole show is about this storytelling aspect. So we're asking all the performers to share a little bit about who they are, what these types of things mean to them, and what they hope to do for the community and the world.
All righty. Okay, Dale Butler, hello, sir. Just sending a quick note saying that for the bio of Lance Hayward, so if anyone wants to learn more about the phenomenally talented Lance Hayward, the late Lance Hayward, the book Triumph of the Spirit, Part 3, lists his bio and some of the things that he is known for worldwide. And he also is asking, does anyone have Lance speaking? Does anyone have any recordings of Mr. Hayward?
Not that I'm a fanboy for a minute now since I first heard, and I haven't been able to find footage. I know there's some audio recordings on YouTube. One of his later records is on iTunes if you're looking to stream it and listen to it or purchase it. It's been very difficult to find some of his recordings in general. There's a group in New York called the Lance Hayward Choralers who still perform some of his compositions. And with the new sort of interest in his legacy, it's looking like there's probably going to be a re-release of those original records. So
that's great.
That was part of the conversation down in Jamaica.
So a whole nother generation will learn.
That's the goal.
About his work.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you wanted to add, Gavin?
Well, some of you might be just hearing about the show, but again, it's tomorrow night, City Hall at the Earl Cameron Theater. If you can't make it for whatever reason, please help us to spread the word. If you can not afford it, please ask someone to help to buy you a ticket. All the proceeds will be helping to rebuild the Chewstick Foundation, and we appreciate each and every one of you. We want to thank the sponsors, PRS for Music, Bras and Lightborn, Barrett's, and we're trying to do right by Burmy. And I think now with all of this debacle that we've seen in Bermuda this last year, we really need to find more opportunities to grow together and to understand that separate but equals reality, and we need to figure out how to learn and how to grow solutions.